Welcome back to Simple Abound. I am making the mounts for the solar panels on the roof. So here is the piece of aluminum I'm starting out with. I'm going to be cutting it right about here. So it's going to be roughly 1.5 inches, and that's the piece that's going to be mounted on the roof. So right now I've got this up in a jig, and I'm going to bend this back so it's up in a 90. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, that doesn't look too bad, huh? I just have to do one more like that. And then, once I put it up on the roof, the thing is the back of the Scamp is higher. So I'll probably have to cut this off at an angle. But first I'm going to get the other one bent up, and then I'm going to cut this so it's the right width on the bottom. I've got the two pieces bent up. I don't know if you can see the green marks, but I got them marked at 1.5 inches, so they'll be mounted on the roof like this. So it'll be 1.5 inches, and then once I get I'm going to get the solar panels marked up on the roof, and then I'm going to get this line marked up so it'll sit flush with it up on the roof. I have the two solar panels bolted together with two clamps so they'll flush. Then I have 4 holes drilled on the side. I'm using 5/16 hardware, and I'm going to bolt the aluminum angle. It is 1.5 by 1.5 by 1/8 aluminum angle. I'm going to bolt that together because these HQST panels definitely aren't as rigid as the Renogy ones. There was no holes on the side. I had to drill every hole. Because I remember on the Renegys there was a lot more holes, and I don't think I had to drill any. Yeah, so I'm going to get this bolted on, and then I got to drill the other one out yet, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like. So I have the 2 rails bolted onto the side of the panels. You can see that there's 4 screws in there. So next I'm going to put something on the roof to protect from these rails hitting in there, and then I'm going to set it up there, and I'm going to move it as far back as I can towards the roof vent to get it off the front. And then I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to put the brackets up there and get them cut down so they're not sticking, because I'm going to bolt them on the inside here. So yeah, I'll get that done. I drilled a couple of holes through the roof where two of the bolts were going to go. So here's one, here's the other. So you can see I got the rat fur pulled down. So I'm going to stick this washer up there, and I'm going to outline it, and I'm going to cut away the insulation with a utility knife so I can stick the bolt and the washer up through here, and then I can put the rat fur, glue the rat fur back up, and I don't have to make any holes in this rat fur. It'll just stick up there and you won't know they're up in there. So I have the two holes cut out, and I got the fender washers and the bolts in there. I'm just going to test fit the bracket up on the roof to make sure it's good. And then I'm going to take these back out and stick some caulk underneath the fender washers and put them back up there and tighten them. And then once I'm done in here, I can kind of just, put that back up in there and then glue this back up there, and it'll be good to go. Here's the bolts up to the roof. I'm going to test fit them to make sure the bracket and everything fits on there good. But when I finally put it to the roof, I'm going to put some butyl tape on the bottom of this. And then once it's back up on the roof, I'm going to put some RV self-leveling sealant all the way around this to seal it in. So here we're going to test fit this here. There. It's going to sit like that. And there's going to be a fender washer on that, lock washer, and nut, just like that. I'm going to do that on all that, and I think that'll be pretty secure. I have some Dynaflex 230. I'm going to put on the screws a little bit here, and then put it on the bottom of the washer to kind of seal it up a little bit. A little bit on the threads. I don't know. How much are you supposed to put this on? I don't know. Anybody know? Never done this before. Only got a half a gallon on my fingers. It's not bad. I'll take it. Okay. I'm on this. I don't know. I don't know if you can see that. It's about how much I'm putting on there. I don't know. I think that's should be sealing it pretty good. I'll get this done and I'll take you up on that. Here we are, back on the roof. I've got some caulk or Dynaflex 230, I think is what that's called. And I've got some butyl tape on the bottom. I wouldn't take my advice on this. This is kind of how I've done things before, I guess. I haven't leaked. So this is the front one here. I'm going to get these set on there. I'm going to try to get this set down somewhere so you can maybe see. But if not, kind of show you what it looks like after I got them on there. The bolts are all tightened up, and then I don't know if you can see that, but I've got the pieces kind of back up in there. I'm going to get this glued back up in there. And, I've seen other people where they cut holes in this rat fur. I didn't like that. I'd much rather take this all down like this and then glue it back up, you know, and other than, I don't know if you can see this, the previous owner or the owner before him must have did that. And obviously you can tell, you can see that, you know, that's not the right color to use. Yeah, but I'll take you back up on the roof and I'll show you what that looks like. Here we are back on the roof. I put some more sealant on the screws there. I don't want any leaks. And then I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow because some of this butyl tape might ooze out a little more yet. And then after that, I think I'm going to put some Dicor self-leveling sealant around this, especially on the back side. And then right now I just have this one bolt kind of holding it in so the solar panel doesn't fall off the roof. And then on the other side, I don't know if you can see, there's one bracket and then there's another one right there. That was for the awning. I took that off for now because we never used one with the other camper and I don't foresee using that one, so I took it off to kind of level out the weight from these two solar panels and the roof vent I put on. It's actually gonna be a little lighter on the roof now because that awning weighed more than these two solar panels and that roof vent together. And plus it's gonna be, equal amount of weight instead of all the weight hanging off of one side. So I think I'm gonna let this kind of set up overnight and then get these other screws in, which should be fun. I think I'm gonna have to tape a piece of wood to a 1/2-inch wrench to get back in there, because unless maybe I can have one of my kids help me. I put some sealant in the hole where the two wires come in. This is the stuff I use here. I use Dynaflex 230. You can see I've got some wire loom or flex or whatever they call that stuff. And then once this dries, I'm going to have that wrapped all the way. And that goes all the way over there. Then I'll have that zip tied kind of up on top there. Goes all the way down, and then here is the stuff I'm going to sleeve it underneath around the bench with. And then I'm going to connect it in the disconnect. So I have the wire running through the tube, through there, underneath there, and over to here I just kind of have it coiled up right now. I'm going to strap it in a couple spots along here and then hook it up into the box. And then, as you can see, one of my other projects is this. That was not me. That is a disaster. I'm going to have to fix that too. Yeah. Kind of it for a while. I'm going to wait till that dries and then finish this, and then I think this is it for a while. I'm going to wait till it gets a little warmer to finish up the stuff on the roof. So yeah. When I was putting the sealant up in the top where the wires come through the roof, I couldn't quite get the caulk gun in there. So I cut a little piece of this rubber tubing and I taped it to the end, and it worked pretty good. So if you have a space you can't reach, just put a little hose or tube or something on there to get it in there. I've got the rat fur all glued back up. I used some 3M Super 77. I think it worked pretty good. If anybody has any ideas how to get this, I think it's glue residue. Somebody before me used regular glue or something. If anybody has any idea how to get this back up or get that out, if you want to just put that down in the comments, that would be great. Thank you. So that's all done. Before I put that all back up in there though, I ran this wire from the front here over to the back. I don't know why, just in case. That'd be nice to have a wire going from the front to the back. And then I've got this all wrapped up. That's all in there. I mean, we never really put anything up here anyway. But I don't know if you can see this, there's a little separation. I'll probably screw these back down. But I noticed there was a little separation, so I stuck a couple zip ties in there. There's one, there's the other. Kind of keep this up there. I think that doesn't look too bad. And then as you can see, here's the pipe that goes down. And then I got this all done. That's all down in there. I got it wrapped back down. And then I just have these wires, or the old wires, unhooked, and then the new wires are in there and ready to go. I think that's all it on the inside. I'll take you to the outside. So here's the roof. I've got those two HQST 100-watt solar panels up on top. I got two of them. You can see I've got this rail attached to these two, and then I've got this bracket. I used some, I can't remember what I used. I'll have to show a picture at the end. I glued that one and that bracket in back. I mean, it's pretty solid. It isn't going to go anywhere, and then I just have it, a bracket bolted to the original awning just in case. And then there's the solar wires. I don't know, you really can't see them. It's pretty hidden under there pretty good. But if anybody has any ideas how to make a awning, not an awning, but something to make this a little more aerodynamic on the front, if anybody's made anything, how to make a awning, not an awning, but something to make this a little more aerodynamic on the front, if anybody's made anything. Remember, I'm not going to buy nothing. I don't want anything real expensive. Something I can make to kind of, I don't know if you can see, this is a big contour in this. Just make it, you know, come out maybe 4 inches. If anybody could put that down in the comments. Thank you. I think that's pretty much it. I'll show a couple pictures at the end on what it all looks like. Thanks for watching.